To this story now, my colleague Bongiwe Zwane is in Soshanguve, as stated a bit earlier on, to get reaction from community members on the budget speech. She'll also be speaking to community members about the power outages that have been plaguing the area. Bongiwe, good evening yet again. It's over to you.
All right, Mfundo, we're back again at AI in Soshanguve, and part of what the finance minister had to say today is building state capability. The finance minister says that the ability to deliver quality public services to people depends on a competent as well as capable and ethical state, and then saying that delivering reliable and sustainable core services is a priority for the government of national unity, and saying that they have to ensure that there is more of an efficient service delivery, reliable service delivery. And this is in part what the finance minister had to say when speaking about the issues of making sure that the state is strengthened in order to be able to deliver services to the people. And behind me is a substation. This is IA substation. And the residents here in the previous hour when they were speaking to us, they say that this is old, even being confirmed by the MMC for utility here in Zwane, saying it was built 54 years ago. And they now are in a process of ensuring that they are refurbishing it and so that it works effectively for the people in this community. Listening to some of the stories that are coming out of this community, particularly when they talk about this substation and the nightmare that they speak about when it comes to electricity, those stories are quite shocking, because you'll find that in one of the instances, they say that it doesn't seem that there could even be parts that are provided to be able to fix some of what is going on. But the residents are here with me, and as we then are talking about what is going on here, we continue some of the conversations with some of the residents. Bongani, when we were speaking just off air, right, we're talking about the fact that yes, the MMC says this project is about 80% complete, and it's a matter of days now. You'll be able to have stable electricity supply. When you listen to the finance minister, he speaks about ensuring that a capable state is one that can deliver services to the people. What do you say about what the MMC has said and the commitments he made in the previous hour?
We as the residents of Soshanguve, really the sentiments shared by the MMC, it's not new. It's music to our ears. To say that the facility is 80% almost to completion, we haven't seen that. There's no proof of that shows that the facility is 80%. Just in 2-3 days back, the facility itself was breaking down in less than an hour being fixed. It will break down. So where's the 80% of completion on that? When
you speak to those that you are asking questions, are they able to tell you what exactly is going on? Because the MMC speaks about this facility being 54 years old, but also ensuring that they're refurbishing it. That's what he says. So you are saying that, in fact, it's nothing new. It's not a song. But when we speak about the actual issues that you're saying they're breaking down, what are these breakdowns? What are they caused by?
The breakdowns are caused by lack of maintenance. The facility is old, as the MMC alluded, 54 years back it was built, but there hasn't been proper maintenance on the facility. Therefore, because of the demand that happens, the community is growing, there's a lot of demand and all that, the switch gears and the transformers and all that, they weigh down. And so we have seen an incident where parts are being swapped from one substation to another to keep up with the breakdowns and lack of supply.
Please repeat that. Please repeat that. What was happening at the time, and why did the parts need to be swapped from one substation to the next?
This particular facilitation, IS substation, it has been a nerve on the people of Soshanguve, especially section BB, DD, JJ, and so forth. So now and then it breaks down. Now and then there's an issue here. And so they would realize that there are parts in another substation. They would take those parts there and come and do repairs here. And it will not last long. It will last, maybe, if it has lasted long, we would celebrate. It will be three days to a week. And then it breaks down. Same problem, the same substation.
This speaks to the problem of aging infrastructure, and I'm not sure if there's anyone else who wants to speak to us, because it speaks to the problem of aging infrastructure. And this is something that, the community itself is speaking about, listening to what is happening here. I'm hearing Bongani say that parts are being swapped. Is this because there's no sufficient, are there no parts to be able to replace the parts that are broken? Or what exactly is going on, Martin? Because you are the community leaders. What are you being told?
See, Bongi, based on the knowledge and the information we get from the technicians, it's simple. They do the actual physical work, but their seniors need to buy the materials to actually repair the substation. Now, the critical problem here is this substation is way too old. Those particular parts are no longer available in the market. Hence the problem, they have to go to older substations to get parts there and come and fix here. So the only solution would be to upgrade this substation to the newer technologies that are around so that these parts are easily available. So that's where the biggest issue is.
And when you're then, because as a community, you have been engaging with the city, you were even speaking to the MMC before he left and saying that there's a number of issues, particularly when it comes to the technicians who come here. As you say, they simply do not have the resources and all of that. But what happens now? Because yes, it's 80%, fixed, as the MMC is saying, but what happens now from the community perspective?
Earlier on, I wanted to show you, these are minutes from the meetings as far back as 2022. Now, today, earlier, the MMC said it's 80% complete, and in 3 weeks' time, we should be happy. The station will be fixed. I'm saying to the residents, we don't believe this as Bahlali operational civic women, because we've been engaging with them since 2022. On these minutes, all these heads have made commitments to say on this particular date, this will be done, this will be done. It's been 3 years. Now, how do we believe them?
So you were asking, I see here, part of the request is that the community is asking to be connected to the old supply point of supply next to Block BB Clinic. That's the 24th of January, 2023.
These are some of the requests. Unfortunately, we were then informed they can't connect us there because that's a ESCOM facility, so it's impossible for them to connect us there. But besides that, I mean, if I show you on one of the documents where the teams were there, they made commitments on their own. As you can see, I mean, the councillor was there. They said they'll investigate and they'll come back with answers. All these points, this is as far back as 2023. So now for them to come here and tell us they're 80% complete, we don't believe it. We want to see action being taken. We want them to take us through the facility and see the changes. I'll give you an example. Bongwe, if you go to the other side, there's 3 mini boxes on the side. Our electricity is not connected inside. It's actually 3 boxes that are supplementing the main substation. Hence these trips. Because this substation, this side, is literally non-functional. Hence they had to construct few supply mini substations on the side to give us electricity.
The MMC is speaking about another issue, which is a big one, and that is around cable theft. How big of a problem is that in this area?
It's a huge problem. I'll make it simple. If ESCOM says they'll implement a 2-hour load shedding, it literally gives cable thieves 2 hours to steal a cable. When power is restored, obviously those cables are stolen, hence our bigger problem. I mean, we remember one instance where Pretoria East, I think it's Lombardy, where they were exempt from load shedding. It was simply because of these reasons. However, because we are in the townships, no one thinks about our frustrations, because once power is off, especially stage 4 and going up, that gives you 4 hours of darkness. That's where your thieves will thrive and steal cables. By the time ESCOM switches us back on, we are left in the dark because the cables are gone.
All right. Mama, can I just speak to you for a second, if possible, please? Let's talk about the issue of impact. When it comes to you not having electricity, how long have you been without electricity in this area at one instance, and what has been the impact for you personally?
I think it's been 4 days at Block GG. So the impact is that the food is rotten. We throw the food away, and there's another grandmother who came to me yesterday reporting that her television is damaged because of this on and off light. So it's affecting us too much as our resident of Soshanguve. So I think our mayor must come down and see us, and we explain to her our frustrations. We are so frustrated at Soshanguve. So we are enough with this substation. It's too old, too old. So I don't know how about they can change everything That they must start afresh.
All right, let me move quickly to Mama. Mme, I've been talking to you off camera for quite some time and you're very frustrated. And one of the things that, you know, one would then ask you, Kuri, he o sheba impact for when? Go ska ba le mabone. O bua ka hore ga go sena mabone nako tse dingwe ko tleliniking batho ba kgone ho kena.
True, thank you, Bongi. Kotlinking does the worst part, yeah, the impact, yeah, electricity. Balwetse ba jikisiwa ko tleliniki. They should go home. The generator a di bereke. There's nothing. Lady staff was frustrated about electricity. Irahala, kosang ke service delivery. Our mayors, our councillors, abamoyona, they are somewhere else. Whilst they know very well who bothata ke eng. Not that they don't know who the patient e jikisiwa ko tleliniki. They know very well. Very well.
Ya no mmale bona le etsa eng ke eng ntho eleng gore gona nong because a o se yena o re mayor ha a tle mo a tlo bua le batho lona le nagana gore go tshwantse go etsagala.
I think the minister must come and see this circus here at substation A. The minister must come down. Come, yes, must come down. At over the circus A supplementing from one pole to the other. Le crime because I get on a dilo. Service delivery Soshanguve. It's worse. Not long ago, few days ago, Monday, police office. Bamushawara kadi bullets because it was dark.
Okay, ma'am. Raleboga Mfundo, these are some of the disturbing voices and, you know, accounts of the community here as they talk about an issue that when you look at some of these documents here, right, they would have been having meetings from as far back, according to these documents, 2022, and they say it's actually even earlier than that to try and get the issues of electricity resolved in this particular community. And now you hear from Mama saying that she would like to have the electricity minister come to Soshanguve to be able to deal with some of the electricity issues. And this, of course, is in conversation, just as we heard from the finance minister earlier on, saying that they want to continue to build a capable state, but it's one that can deliver on the services. And certainly this is one, community that is feeling strongly about that very issue. Mfundo?
Indeed, and energy infrastructure is among those priorities. Very concerning what's happening there in Soshanguve, Bongiwe. Thank you very much for that reportage. That's my colleague there, Bongiwe Zwane, out in Soshanguve interacting with the community.